So, my Pizza Tower video did pretty well. That means I must do another one. Why? For the potential 5 cents I can earn, of course. Pizza Tower's levels are all really creative and very fun to play. But which one do I want to go back to the most? Which one do I think is the worst? Which one do I think absolutely stinks? This video will ask all of these questions and answer them as I rank all the Pizza Tower levels from worst to best. Now, just a few ground rules. 1. I won't be talking about lap 2 in most of these levels as I haven't done them all yet. 2. These are meant to be from a casual perspective, so no speedrunning tricks and none of that. 3. I won't be considering the P rank on these levels as I haven't done them all yet, and I think that would be pretty unfair. Just a spoiler warning, please play the game before watching this video. It'll be worth it, I promise. And just remember that this is all my opinion. Let's get started. Saloon is the only level I actually dislike from this game. Please forgive me, Saloon Lover 49, who's in the comment section right now, but it's just not my favorite. So why do I dislike this one? Well, first off, I dislike the ventilators, which are probably the best gimmick in this level. They're really annoying to navigate in my opinion. The fact that they don't affect Peppino's momentum is nice and makes him more tolerable. But, now, Horsey sucks. I want to punch him and kick his nuts and then burn him alive. His smug aura is disgusting and I will be releasing a No Horsey mod on the 19th of September 2023. Okay, to be fair, Horsey is only annoying in the ventilator room. He's fair in the rest of the rooms in my opinion. He gives you enough time so that if you make a mistake, you're not totally fucked. The weenie mount feels pretty bad to control in my opinion. The fact that if you jump, you get off the weenie really messes with me and I hate how it feels. I enjoyed it way more in a Dragon Lair level. And finally, I hate the time gates. When combined with the weenie mount, it's not very fun to play. Looking back, I'm glad they changed pinball to this level. The team is way more fitting as a level in this world. One thing I have to say that is positive is that the bad rats are really cute. Might be just me, but I love them. With all that being said, it's still my least favorite and the one level I actually dislike. Sorry, Western World. Your boss and one of your levels turned out to be the worst on both lists. Now, onto the levels I think are alright but not very special. This level is so forgettable. The only reason why it's not number 20 is due to the box transformation. Let's talk about that first. The box transformation is so fun. The controls are really satisfying, and the dash attack you use to kill enemies with and the flapping just make my brain happy. It also just looks funny. It's sadly only used at the end of the level near Pillar John, but is used a lot in this escape sequence, and it really feels good to go fast with it. The rest of the level, The hands aren't too bad, and I like the fact that you need to go into Mach 3 to break some metal blocks in some areas. It feels pretty unique and I like the idea. They can be annoying if you're trying to avoid them for any reason though. The conveyors, yeah, no, they're not doing it for me, chief. I hate mechanics that affect your movement, and they mess up my brain. The spawning dash pads don't help at all, they just make it way worse. The red weenies make me feel like an idiot every time I get hit by one of those dead punches. And those dead punches are really, really annoying. The Peppino bots are really cool. I'd like them. Should replace that asshole Horsey as the racers. Music is also pretty good. This level isn't even that awful. Just a bit boring in my opinion. With all that being said, let's move on to number 18. I also find this one forgettable. But it's still way better than the last two entries. The music in this one is as good as usual. The backgrounds are stunning in my opinion, but some of the timing is a bit dodgy in my opinion. The pizza box goblins are pretty cool. I like them. The bombs they throw were annoying at first. As a fan of Pizza Tower during the Sage demo, the new mechanics felt weird at first. If you aren't aware of how they function in the same demo, they used to make Peppino run around until the bomb exploded. Now you can control his movement and it allows you to throw the bomb, which I find way better, to be honest. The cheese blocks? Not a fan. If you mess up trying to get a big pizza topping, for example, you'll need to wait a few seconds until you can try again, which kinda sucks in a fast-paced platformer like this. Not the biggest fan of the escape sequence either. The bomb part with the cheese blocks can be annoying if you fall down, and the next part is also a bit shitty. On my P rank playthrough I'm doing currently, this one room has been ruining every single one of my runs. Anyways, I've always thought this level was on the weaker side of things, but it's still a good level. Oh, and fuck the pensers. Me and the homies hate pensers. I'm really conflicted on this level. Some of the gimmicks are pretty cool while others are pretty meh. First off, the cheese transformation feels really janky and I dislike it. The wall jumping thing is really annoying and it's so slow. At least it's not used for long periods, which is good. The cheese ball transformation just exists, I guess. Not too special, just exists. The sewer pipes are actually not bad. They work well in this level and I like them. They can feel unfair at times, but they're not so bad after you figure out which one to take. The water here is kind of annoying. In the escape sequence, there's a room where you need to purposely slow down in order to pass through. It sucks. It took me 1 minute of just doing the same thing over and over before I figured it out. Kinda shitty if you ask me. Please laugh. Mr. Pinch is really cool. He's used well and he can be annoying in the escape, but it feels way more fair than the water. Also, for some reason Twitter hates him. I do not know why. The trash pans are just the cheese balls, but you can go on water, so I obviously love them. The pizza ninjas are also really cool. They can be annoying at times, but they're not impossible to deal with. Decent level, just some of the design is questionable. I love beach levels. They're so fun and cozy. Crust Cove. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's one gimmick that ruins this level for me, however. The barrel transformation is pretty bad. At times you can either feel like A, the game is literally just playing itself and if you do anything you'll just ruin the flow, or B, the game hates you and forces you to use shitty controls. It's not terrible, it feels good to destroy multiple of those stupid wrap blocks, but the transformation is still probably one of my least favorites in the game. The rest of the level is passable. I like the pirate goblin captain. He's not too annoying and he looks a bit funny. The pirate goblins in general are alright. Trying to parry their bombs is fun, but I struggle with it because I suck at this game. The escape sequences in this level is alright, but it sucks because there's a lot of time spent using the barrel. The pineapple enemies are cool. I mean, look at their shades. The treasure chest guys are also pretty neat. Again, good level, but just not too much to say. This level is nice. I like it. The idea of it being in a freezer is really cool to me, and I especially love this music. It's so good, and Klasky Jitto did an excellent job with this track. Although sometimes I can't seem to hear it and the level has no music at all. Strange, right? Anyways, the amount of bottomless pits in this level is insane. I can't imagine how hard this is to P rank, to be honest. I've heard from people that they hate this level just because of the P rank, which is fair enough. I'll probably hate it too once you all force me to do the P ranks. Anyways, the main gimmick is the ice. You have to break it with the jetpack, which is pretty bad to control, especially if you need to be precise. But at the end of the level, you get to become Fire Peppino. I think that's his name. He's really fun to use, and I'm fairly certain you're invincible in this form. It also lets you break ice blocks, which is cool. I just think it's neat. The snowmen are annoying as shit. They don't get scared of Peppino at Mach 3, and I keep getting hit by them due to this. Thankfully, you can go on a massacre at the end and kill these bastards. The fake Santa is also annoying. He spawns in these little snow demons, but it's great to blast one right at him. The pizza ice? I don't know how you say that. But, I don't know, I guess. I think McPig was just running out of ideas, as they're mostly just combo fodder. They can hit you the odd time, but very rarely. Cool level overall. Also, Gustavo is really cute. Unfreeze him this instant. This level was the one that changed the most during the ranking, but let's just get this out of the way. It's Morta Chicken, it has Morta Chicken! It's actually mental that McPig got to use more in this game, and he fits right in. He feels good to use too. His double jump is fun to use, and I loved using an attack. He feels powerful due to his majestic aura. His attack can defeat electric potatoes due to his sheer power. Although there's one thing about him I hate. Those damn mort hooks. They're so annoying to use, especially in one of the secret rooms. The enemies in this level are pretty good. The potato charges at you, which is basically the same as Panzer, but he feels more consistent for some reason. The eggplant can either throw hooks at you or charge at you. The hooks can be annoying in another of the mort hook rooms, but they're a cool concept. The Pazantos are my favorite out of the farmers. They can light your ass on fire by charging into you. I think it's pretty neat. The music, while others think it's shit, I actually like. It fits the level really well, and the second part is also nice. This level is good as the rest, but the mort hooks really drag it down for me. Next one. This level changes Pizza Tower into Five Nights at the Tower, baby. Yeah, so this is the FNAF level, and it's actually really fun. The main gimmick of this level are the Toppin monsters, which are activated by the patrollers. These can either be grounded or in the air. These little bitches wake the monsters up and make them chase after you. All of the different monsters have different mechanics. Let's talk about them. The mushroom chases you on the floor. He's the least threatening out of all the monsters due to him not being able to catch you in the air. The cheese one is actually really creepy and has the same speed as the mushroom. The difference is that it can crawl up walls. It's absolutely horrifying. The puppet just flies at you and can pass through walls. It's probably the most annoying monster out of them all. The sausage monster is the fastest, but stuck to the ground. He's pretty easy to deal with in the rooms he's in. The pineapple just spawns in pineapples when he appears. If these monsters catch you, you get jump scared. Then, you become a cute little animatronic. Look at the little guy. He's so sweet. Gustavo got turned into one of these robots too, and he didn't turn out as well as Peppino. At the end of the level, you get the shotgun. It controls really well, but this isn't the only level it's in, so I'll talk about it more in the other level. But shooting these big dumb bastards is so fun. You've been actively avoiding them for the entire level, so killing them all in one shot is super satisfying. Other than that, not much else to say. The Clownmado is introduced here. They're pretty cute, but although they're just combo fodder as they don't do much. I'm assuming they were put here because McPig was attached to him and didn't want to leave him unused, as they don't really fit in my opinion. Great level though. The first level. It's great. There's no real gimmicks to this level. No transformations, just a really well designed level. It introduces the main mechanics of Pizza Tower really well, such as the Toppins, Secrets, and Jerome. The enemies? They're good. The Fork Knights are good, the Cheese Limes are just Goombas, and the Swedish Monkeys? They exist? Yeah, okay, I hate the monkeys. Their bananas ruined my speed. Speaking of speed, this is probably the level that allows you to do whatever you want the most. You can either run through the level without a care in the world, or take it more slowly. It gives you so much choice and it's really well designed. The escape sequence is also really well designed. The mini-johns can catch you off guard on first tries, but they're not so bad. This segment is really short, and forgive me for that, but this level just doesn't have much to talk about. The fact that it's still this fun and has no gimmicks tells you a lot about how good McPig and Surtiva are at level design. Really cool level. I love how spooky it feels. It reminds me a bit of Pumpkin Hill. The music especially is really good in this level. The main gimmick is the ghost transformation. It feels good to control in my opinion. The movement doesn't feel too sluggish at first, and it feels way better once you get more ghost peppers. As you get those ghost peppers, you become faster and are able to hurt enemies and break ghost blocks. I think it's a good transformation overall. Peppino also surfs corpses in this level. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but it also feels strangely good. It feels good in the escape sequence, which I'll get to in a bit. The enemies introduced in this level are also good. The ghoul is the worst out of the two. It feels like it does nothing and I dislike its design. The bandito chickens, now that's what I'm talking about. They run around throwing bones at you, which can be annoying. Their design is so good, I love them. The end of the level introduces the John ghost. If you touch him, you get warped back to the last exit you used. He's actually kinda scary and he can be a nuisance during the last part of the escape. The corpses are used here really well and they feel awesome to run off. Now, I just want to say that the treasure and Jerome locations in this level are absolutely bullshit and I hate them. Jerome's location is better as you can see that there's something behind the wall, but the treasure door is nearly impossible to find without a guide. Took me 4 tries of doing the level without checking online to finally cave into the Pizza Tower wiki to save me. At least the music is pretty good. The third level is Sage. It's also really good. This level is a vertical one and it's also really well designed. Way better than it is in Sage anyway. The music in this level is an absolute tune and I love it. The downward layout of the level is really unique and it reminds me a bit of Super Mario Bros. 2 because of some of its sections. The main gimmick in this level, apart from it being vertical, is the blood sauce itself. If you touch it, Peppino's ass gets burnt. Yeah, it's the same as in Fun Farm, but it works way better here. It feels more like a nuisance than in Fun Farm, but I think that's more of a good thing. It's a nice gimmick and pretty simple. The pizza cutters that appear in this level can feel a bit annoying. Again, they're not as bad as in Sage, as they were literally spammed in that version. But it can be overwhelming on first playthroughs, mainly at the bottom of the level. The part of the level where you're blacked out really caught me off guard the first time playing, and it's awesome. It's definitely a DKC Returns reference, and McPig is so real for putting it in. It doesn't even affect your sight too much, which is pretty amazing. The escape in this level is really fun in my opinion. Just running up the walls is extremely exhilarating. You can also just try and super jump instead, which can be also fun. Really good level overall and a massive improvement over the Sage counterpart. The best level in World 2. Yeah, so World 2 is my least favorite world overall. Forgive me World 2 Lover 503. This one is really good though. First off, the pizza marts aren't in this level, which I find really neat. They contain the toppings so they're not required. They also have cashiers you can murder for an achievement, and also just for a higher combo. The totems are a weird gimmick. You need to kill the tribal cheese slimes around them in order to get rid of certain clouds. This just feels a bit meh. Not bad, but oh well. The transformation in this level, Firemouth Peppino, is really fun to control. His air dash feels really good in my opinion, and you really feel powerful in this transformation. The Kentucky Kenny enemy, I think that's his name, is really well designed and I like him. The tribe cheese is annoying sometimes, but you can parry the axe right back at them to kill them, which feels extremely satisfying. Also, as said before, they can activate totem clouds, which aren't too bad. The cows sometimes can feel like an auto-scroller, but they're not too bad to dodge most of the time. They do remind me of him. Damn you, Vigilante, for ruining my life. There's a UFO section at the end of the level which is pretty neat and it has some olives for you to destroy. The escape sequence in this level is alright. I enjoy it. Overall, an amazingly designed level. Can't wait to see those little olives again. The first level in Sage, and the last Sage level on this list, and it's so much better than it ever was. The level design in this level is actually amazing, and it's a perfect introduction to the transformation. Let's talk about those. The ball transformation isn't used here too much apart from a secret, so I'll talk about it later. The night transformation is so good to use now. The double jump and the ground pound feels so smooth to use, and the transformation as a whole feels really fast. It's probably the best feeling transformation in the entire game. This is also the introduction of the stupid rats. They'll block off any secrets you need to get to by just sitting there. Stupid rats, get out of my way. The music in this level is actually iconic. Probably the most recognizable apart from Pizza Time and the title team. The escape sequence? Also pretty good. Feels stressful, which is a sign that it is definitely a good one. Really good level overall. I'm a bit tired of voicing these segments. I'm asking very nicely for some of my friends to do it for me. I'll be right back.
Yay, I love olives! Fun fact, this level used to be the noise only. But thankfully that was scrapped. I love this level's song, it's so goddamn good. The settings used are really cool. I love the cheese planet at the end. The rock transformation in this level is hard to control, but it still feels pretty good to use. It can be frustrating on first playthroughs, but I found it really feeling extremely satisfying to use correctly. The olives are really cute in my opinion, and I love them. Even if they aren't much of a threat, they also leave their UFOs in this level. Look at them die! The switch block is introduced in this level too. I feel like it's not used too often, which is a bit sad as it could be used potentially well. Also, they look a bit like Pillar John. Could they perhaps be related? MatPat, get on this! Anyways, the last thing introduced here is the Anti-Gravitational Olive. It launches the player upward and bounces you back if you hit the wall. It feels pretty good in my opinion. The firebutt transformation is here for one room. Yeah, it's just kind of here. Okay, not sure if I mentioned this, but the backgrounds are here especially great. They're so detailed and it's crazy how gorgeous they are. The escape sequence is good in this map, but it can feel annoying due to teleporter pizzas. They can make you do a section all over if you touch them, but they're pretty easy to dodge.
Is it my turn?
This is a version of Pizzascape, which is way harder and spookier. In the past versions, it was literally just Pizzascape but harder. But now, it's gained a few gimmicks which I find really cool. First gimmick is the ramp, which just makes you jump and speed up. Usually placed before a grind rail. I'll cover the grind rails more in a different level, but I think they're alright. Another gimmick in this level are the Exorcists. They allow you to kill the ghost knights present in the level. There's a ton of sections where you can just massacre a massive group of these, and it feels really good to do so. But the ghost knights in general can be extremely annoying. If you don't have access to the Exorcist, you have one of two options. 1. Get stabbed by these ghosts, or 2. Charge into them at Mach 3 and hope Pizza Tower's spaghetti code works and makes them scared. Most of the time, it will, and they can be easily avoided. The pepperoni goblin bats are just the pepperoni goblins, but they fly now? They're practically useless, but their scared animation looks pretty funny. Finally, the main gimmick of the level, the Ghost King, is really unique. He follows you around the level trying to hurt you by possessing items around the level. These are an outlet, which he tries to shock you with, an anchor, which he tries to slam down on you with and breaks metal blocks he drops down on, and a goblin bot, which will turn you into the ball transformation once he touches you. He can get stuck in TVs like a little dummy, and you'll have to free him in certain sections. This ghost is a really fun gimmick and adds a lot of personality to this level. Great level overall. Thanks, Pizza Tower.
I think this level is absolutely amazing. It's so good, you guys. I'll explain why right now. So first off, Gustavo and Brick are playable. These two make any level instantly better, and their moveset is insanely fun. However, they appear in a different level as well, so I'm going to cover them fully once that level appears. The grind rail appears in this level first. It's a decent mechanic in my opinion. It lets you feel fast, and it doesn't interrupt any gameplay. When playing as Gustavo, however, you'll instead climb on these grind rails. I honestly really like this mechanic, even if it's a bit clunky at times. It's pretty easy to mess up using these, however. The rat balloons propel you up as Pepina. They can feel weird, but I still like them. They do slightly remind me of the Anti-Gravitational Olives, but I don't really mind. The rat balloons when used by Gustavo and Brick are really unique. When they touch the balloon, Brick consumes the balloon. The leader starts slowly descending, and then will be launched upward either after a while, or when you jump. It feels great to use, and I feel like it is used well in the level. The enemies used are really good. The pizza slug is honestly really annoying. He's unpredictable and I hate the hitbox. He's dealt with pretty easily though, so I don't really mind. The ham cuffs are also really cool. He cuffs you when you play as Peppino, forcing you to get into Mach 3 and rebound into him. And when you play as Gustavo, he steals Brick and you're forced to get him back. I think this enemy is really well designed. It makes you think. The shrimp tugs? They're a bit meh. I don't really like them. I think they're a bit boring. Oh well. The rest of the level is amazing. I absolutely love it. Did I mention the bacon room? Let's not speak of the bacon room. Excellent level, but there's 4 more I think are better. Let's see what I think the 4th best is. This level's music is my favorite in the game. It's so good. This level overall is amazing. The main gimmick of the level is the timer you have throughout the entire level. You need to increase your time by destroying the war terminals, which add 30 seconds to the timer. Throughout the level, you basically just scramble to find these as soon as possible, as the timer ticks down to your ever-impending doom. You also have to use the shotgun throughout the entire level. It doesn't feel awful in the slightest, even with the lack of the grab, which does hinder your movement overall. It feels extremely powerful, and it's really stressful if you even miss one shot. There's landmines spread all over the floor of the level, which explode and hurt you if you step near them. They're not so bad, but can get you if you're distracted. The rocket appears in this level too. It works really well here. You really need to play perfectly if you're even gonna attempt to finish the level. These enemies in the level are also really good. First, there's the pizza soldiers. They hide in bushes, and when you get close, they get out. They can apparently then shoot at you or try to stab you. I haven't experienced the stabbing, but the shooting is pretty common. They're really neat in my opinion, and I like them. Then, there's the Kentucky bombers, which will drop hot wings which explode if you get near them. They're so happy to be bombing you. Look at them! The cardboard tanks will shoot homing missiles at you, which can destroy stupid rats in your way. They can feel like they're a bit useless, but I do think they're well designed as a concept. It makes you stop before you kill them, as you don't know if there's a rat you need to destroy. Then, at the end, there's the Peppino gloves. They will try to get near you and lick you. I love their defeat animation. It's so unique. This level is absolutely amazing, and I wish I could have put it at number 1. But there's 3 more I prefer way more. Let's see the 3rd one. After you finish beating the shit out of Pizza Head in the final boss, you drop down, back into the tower for one final run. The final pillar stands, and as you break it, the final level begins. It's a mashup of all the levels you've played so far, using a ton of gimmicks and enemies from those very levels. The music is absolutely perfect in this level, and really catchy. This level is really easy, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's more of a victory lap, and it feels like Peppino is telling the tower to go fuck itself. Running through the hub worlds as the level feels really cool, and realizing what the jump blocks were there for all along is really neat. The level design in this level is really good. It's pretty nice to just run through the level without too much thought. There's also a golf section in the level. You'll have to complete it in order to finish the level. It's obviously easy, so you don't need to stress if you dislike the golf controls, but it's still nice. During the end sections of the level, the tower stops spawning enemies and starts only spawning Pizza Boy cutouts. I feel like this could be the tower just scrambling to stop Peppino with anything they have in their disposal, which I find really neat. Great final level, and it will probably be number 1 if it wasn't for the next 2 levels. It's golf, baby. The golf mechanics in this game are actually really good in my opinion, and I'm not even joking. The grease ball you use as your golf ball feels good to launch into enemies in the baskets. It can also collect stuff for you. If you get the grease ball into the basket below par, you get Primo Berg. Hell yeah! What is Primo Berg? I don't know. The ball transformation is back and it's at its best. First, the big cheese will launch you or the grease ball in the direction it's facing, and it will give you the ball transformation as it launches you. This can feel weird the first time you play, but it's not so bad after a while. It honestly feels really good to be able to use the ball for long periods, as it provides a decent amount of speed. The music in this level, Good Eating, is an absolute banger. I love it. The enemies are pretty cool too. The golf burgers are really neat. They just walk around and hit the grease ball for you, which can sometimes help and sometimes hinder you. I think they're just pretty cool. The golf demons are also pretty neat, even if they don't do much. The escape sequence where you have to be fast when launching grease ball is exhilarating. It's amazing how the developers managed to make this level so good when it was originally a joke. But there's a level that's way better than this one. For anyone who has played the game, you probably know what it is. But let's just see. It's Dragon's Lair, baby! Oh boy, this massive dragon is crazy. He's so mad, oh geez, oh fuck. Okay, I swear, it's not only number 1 because of Gustavo. I swear. Let's talk about Gustavo first. He has a completely different moveset to Peppino, and while he does share a couple of moves such as the dash and him being able to parry enemies, here's a short explanation for some of the moves I think are neat. Gustavo can kick brick at enemies, which feels pretty good to do, but it is pretty cruel, so why would you? They can double jump and wall jump, which I find pretty good. Gustavo's spin attack is really satisfying to use. I enjoy its presence. The deliveries you do as Gustavo is really neat, although I do wish you could have done a few as Peppino then switch to Gustavo. The gnomes are really neat and I like their designs. The enemies? Really good. The pickle can be annoying, but I don't think he's awful. The noise goblins are pretty cute, and the pizzards are introduced in this level. I'm sorry, but you cannot deny that they are extremely cute and I love them. McPig, please make a pizzard plush that I could squish, please! Anyways, yeah, this level in general is amazing. I think it's extremely well designed. I'm sorry for such a short segment for my favorite level. I just can't describe the way I feel about it. So, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it took so long to come out. My next video might be something like the unused levels or something, I'm not sure. Might also be the P ranking video, but that's definitely gonna take way longer than this one did. I want to thank Ryan and Combine as they voiced 2 of the segments in this video, so please check out their channels, I'll link them in the description. Did you agree with my list? Please write it down in the comments below, if you point out any mistakes, I will kill you. That's not a joke, I will find you, I will definitely find you. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and have a good one.